12 Dharmacharinis from 6 countries gathered at Taraloka in April for a seminar exploring the theme of taking responsibility as spiritual practice. They included chairwomen, mitra conveners, writers, team-based right livelihood managers, and women who have pioneered in many areas.
Are there enough women in the order taking responsibility? And those of us who do take responsibility, do we continually move into new and deeper levels?
Through prepared papers and discussion, they explored issues like how to develop vision. What are the obstacles that hold us back from taking more responsibility? Taking responsibility in same-sex and mixed-sex situations, and the role of spiritual friendship.
So to be able to take responsibility is a quality of someone who is growing spiritually. But I would also argue that taking responsibility helps us to grow spiritually. It matures us in many areas of our spiritual life.
Their discussions revolved around how to translate compassionate actions based on wisdom into everyday realities, how to maintain your vision, surmount obstacles, and cultivate greater confidence.
Vision is being able to envisage something entirely beyond ourselves and our lives, which is beyond our present immediate experience, yet of which we are a part. To have vision means we are in contact with a meaningful and vivid concept or symbol in the light of which we make sense of our world.
While they were exploring these issues in general, there was a particular interest in what holds women back from taking on more responsibility, and how could women be encouraged to step out more, whilst also recognising the achievements of the women's wing of the movement.
We can try and engender more of a culture in which women think of taking more responsibility, perhaps taking it sooner and taking more of it, and give taking responsibility a higher profile in people's minds.
Many of the participants spoke from personal experience, relating how taking more responsibility within the movement had developed new qualities in them. They also shared their personal visions of how they would like to be more effective in responding to the cries of the world.
We here in this room have been so fortunate in meeting Bhante, in hearing the Dharma, in learning to mature spiritually. How can we fail to respond?
In August, Taraloka was the venue for the biennial Order Mitra Convention, attracting 55 women from the United Kingdom, Germany, Holland, America and Australasia.
The theme this time is building the Buddha land, and that kind of theme was open to any kind of interpretation. But as the time went on, I felt more and more drawn to actually literally creating a Buddha land, if you like, with the idea of being outside, that we'd have so much more chance to be in direct contact with nature, that we could involve ourselves in a way that isn't always feasible on other retreats, and actually create something. But the end, what we've created, isn't the sort of whole purpose of it. It's like giving it a symbol to give us conditions for seeing what a Buddha land is.
We set out to create the mandala of the 5 Buddhas in the field, in the appropriate directions for each Buddha, north, south, east, west, with the central shrine to Virochana in the marquee. I felt that I wanted people to create a shrine in a way that was different to what we normally have in the retreat centres, say, or in centres. I felt I wanted something a bit more creative. I wanted people to think a bit more about it, use their imaginations. And I also felt quite strongly that I'd like the shrines to be built out of natural materials or recycled materials. No bought-in flowers, for example. There's plenty growing around here. So it was going to demand a bit more of people than just, oh, this is how we do a shrine in the FWBO. I wanted to go beyond that. And I thought the 5 Buddha mandala gave us plenty of scope, because if people made their own connections, which I very much wanted to happen, with the symbolism of the Buddhas, then I hoped that the shrines would grow out of that connection that people were beginning to make on this retreat.
Puja and other devotional practices were performed at the appropriate time of day for each jina. The Amitabha Puja was held as the clouds lifted to reveal a spectacular sunset. The The fire shrine was lit by fire goddesses as darkness fell.
It's been quite a bit of challenge.
Yeah,
as well as a lot of fun.
We knew people would feel a bit thrown by it, but
No, they've been great.
they've been great. They really have.
And they go home and transform their own world.
And centres. Watch out.
We've had fun.